What is artificial intelligence? If I'm going to do videos explaining things for AI, maybe I should define the term. Also, many worry about ethical problems and dangers with creating an AI. To actually figure out how to make an AI properly, we need to know what it is. Sadly, AI is a term that is thrown around a lot and probably not justifiably. This video is going to be my definition. You may disagree with me. If you do, or I miss something, leave a comment. Because defining the term artificial intelligence is a little problematic because both the words artificial and intelligence are vague. For example, your education is fairly artificial. It is an unnatural thing designed to achieve a goal by qualified humans. That means, in many respects, you as a person are artificial. And intelligence is a weird term. Does intelligence mean language ability, problem solving, learning ability, or ability to recognize oneself and others? How do we measure that? At this point, people start using the terms sentience and sapience, but honestly, they don't help that much and can be thrown out. So what does it take to be an AI? Well, I'll define an AI as a fully digitized person. By fully digitized, I mean with the vast majority of its systems not requiring any particular physical location or device. But what do I mean by person? This is actually very tricky territory, but I will find a metric that not only could humans pass, but also cybernetically modified and digitized humans could as well. The first thing to be a person is the theoretical ability to communicate. While it may be that some things can be human equivalent without such ability, I have no way to confirm they are, but I say theoretical because a person can have their communication ability removed, and so to test this we need to give the thing the best opportunity to communicate, whether that be with speakers or what essentially amounts to mind reading. However, communication is not enough. Cells can communicate, and yet in no way are they intelligent. One benchmark is the Turing test. I will use a modified version, namely if the thing being tested can make a convincing argument that it is a person. This is needed because a human with mental enhancements might be very different from other humans, but probably should still be given rights. However, this is not enough. Modern chatbots could probably do this. Because I find describing a chatbot as an AI is weird, I'll add some more reasonable requirements that really don't seem that onerous. So it seems the first requirement is recognition of others within the environment. It should be able to recognize the person it just talked to and continue past conversations. Otherwise, it's unclear if it has memory, and if it doesn't, describing it as intelligent in the way humans are is a stretch. Second property, self-recognition. Given a mirror, or the environmental equivalent, it should be able to recognize itself. 3. Problem solving in the environment. Shows the ability to solve novel problems in the environment for a reward. I use the word environment several times in these requirements. What do I mean? The best way to explain this is to consider the digital environment. A person in the digital environment may not be able to recognize a physical picture of you, because that would be meaningless. However, it should be able to recognize your username and profile picture. A person in the digital environment probably has no idea where it is physically located, let alone what its servers physically look like, and yet it should be able to recognize itself via username and profile picture. A digital person may struggle to understand physics-based puzzles, but would likely be able to solve an ARG-like logic puzzle. So by in the environment, I mean something that a person in that environment would recognize. This seems like a fairly reasonable definition of a person, especially if we add that we should give the benefit of the doubt when the results are disputed or unclear. So that is what I mean when I say AI and person, and I will use these terms in future videos. Thank you for watching. This has been Greg. Goodbye.